Do you believe that our bodies always give us early warnings about our health and lifespan, but these signals are so subtle that they're hard for us to notice? Perhaps recently, you've started to see small but puzzling signs in your elderly loved one. At first, you might push these thoughts aside, assuming they're just natural signs of aging. But the truth is, the human body has its own way of sending delicate signals, hinting at a major change coming, sometimes even months or a year before they pass away. The sad reality is that most of us tend to overlook these signs because they're so gentle and easily confused with the normal aging process. It's only later, when time has passed and we look back on those lost moments, that we realize we missed valuable chances to prepare, to care better, or simply to fully cherish the final days with our loved one. In this video, I'll share with you 5 key signs that often appear in the last year of an elderly person's life. These aren't just common medical symptoms, they're opportunities for you to recognize, to prepare both mentally and practically, and above all, to ensure your loved one's final days are peaceful and filled with love. When you spot these signals early and grasp their meaning, you'll avoid the shock and confusion. Instead, you'll have time to steady yourself, prepare more thoroughly, care for them properly, and create beautiful, meaningful memories in the time left. There's no need to worry or fear. The most important thing is knowing what's happening so you can help your loved one move through this phase as gently as possible, surrounded by love and dignity. That understanding, empathy, and calm are what you can offer them in their final days. Instead of resisting the changes taking place, you'll learn to adapt, accept, and treasure every moment with them. By understanding these 5 critical signs, you and your family won't look back with regret, knowing you did all you could. Now, join me as we begin this journey to explore the first sign. Stay calm, listen carefully, and reflect on your loved one as we go through these important insights together. I believe you'll feel more at ease, stronger, and especially more ready to face these difficult but natural changes in life. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you, so please leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to apply it in your life. Your thoughts matter greatly to us, so don't hesitate to share. Reading your comments gives us huge motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us keep creating great content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Let's get started. Number 1. Significant weight loss. One of the earliest but often overlooked signs that an elderly person may be entering the final stage of life is a noticeable change in appetite and significant, unintentional weight loss. You might initially think these subtle shifts come from natural aging or minor illnesses. Perhaps you've noticed your mom skipping breakfast more often or your dad setting aside meals he once loved. You might see these as temporary or unimportant, but they often carry deeper meaning. As the body ages, certain physical changes happen naturally, including a gradual loss of muscle mass. However, when weight loss becomes obvious without a deliberate diet or more physical activity, it's usually a strong clue that the body is slowing down significantly. In this stage, the body's metabolism often weakens, making it harder to absorb essential nutrients properly. This, along with muscle loss, can quickly sap physical strength, raise the risk of falls, and make the elderly more prone to sickness. Beyond physical reasons, psychological and emotional factors also play a part. Many older adults find their sense of taste fades with age, making food less appealing than it used to be. Meals that once brought happiness can become bland or even unpalatable. This dulled sensory experience directly affects their desire to eat, leading to skipped meals, smaller portions, or a total lack of interest in food. Family members might easily misjudge this behavior, assuming their loved one is being stubborn or choosy. But it's crucial to realize that losing appetite at this stage isn't just a preference, it's the body's natural way of signaling a big change ahead. As the digestive system slows, nutritional needs drop, and the body gradually shifts from building strength to saving energy. This change is subtle but deeply important, showing an inner adjustment as the body prepares for a natural transition. What's more, underlying health issues, some undiagnosed, can sharply speed up weight loss. Conditions like heart failure, kidney disease, dementia, or certain cancers can quietly contribute to a reduced appetite and trouble keeping a healthy weight. While these issues don't always show obvious early symptoms, unexpected weight loss is often one of the first quiet clues of their advance. When you notice these signs, it's vital to adjust expectations around eating habits. Forcing an elderly loved one to eat more or insisting on big meals usually won't improve their condition and might instead cause stress or unease. The goal in this sensitive phase isn't to reverse weight loss at all costs but to focus on comfort, dignity, and quality of life. What can families do practically? Instead of pushing large, heavy meals, concentrate on providing smaller, nutrient-rich, easy-to-digest foods. Soft textures, familiar tastes, and favorite treats in small servings can be more tempting and manageable. Encouraging regular, gentle hydration can also help maintain comfort and support overall health significantly. Recognizing and responding with compassion to these subtle changes early lets families adjust their care approach suitably. It's not just about watching physical health, it's about understanding the deeper, often silent messages the body is sending. By acknowledging these subtle but key changes, you're better equipped to support your loved one emotionally and practically, making their remaining time meaningful, comfortable, and full of dignity and care. Number 2, extreme fatigue and weakness. A second key sign that an elderly loved one may be in the final stage of life is persistent, overwhelming fatigue and a clear drop in energy levels. This isn't the usual tiredness you feel after a long day or a restless night, it's a profound exhaustion that lingers even after rest, turning even the simplest daily tasks into heavy burdens. At first, family members might view this as a normal part of aging or think their loved one just needs more sleep. But this fatigue stands out because it doesn't ease much with rest or relaxation. Instead, it's a hint that the body's internal systems are shifting focus, conserving energy for critical organ functions rather than daily activities. Basic actions like getting out of bed, walking a short distance, or chatting can turn into tough challenges. This constant fatigue comes from the aging body's slow but steady decline in organ efficiency, especially in the heart and lungs, which cuts oxygen supply to muscles and tissues. As this happens, physical stamina fades, and even slight effort feels draining. You might notice your elderly loved one sleeping more, needing long rests during the day, or fighting to stay awake during things they once enjoyed. Beyond the physical burden, persistent fatigue often takes an emotional and psychological toll. Someone who once valued their independence and loved staying active might grow frustrated or ashamed of their fading strength. They might pull back from social interactions or lose interest in hobbies and pastimes they once held dear. Family members could mistake this retreat for indifference or emotional distance, but in reality, it's a response to the crushing physical weight and the emotional strain of no longer feeling able. In this fragile phase, it's critical for families and caregivers to see that pushing their loved one to keep up past activity levels isn't realistic or helpful. Instead, accepting these changes and adjusting expectations can greatly improve their emotional and physical comfort. Gentle encouragement and respect for their need to rest create an atmosphere of dignity and care. Practically, families can help by setting up a cozy space, offering plenty of rest opportunities, and simplifying daily routines to save energy. Encouraging calm, enjoyable activities that take little effort, like listening to favorite music, sharing light conversations, or just sitting together quietly, can significantly lift their sense of well-being. Understanding that persistent fatigue is more than feeling tired helps families give the right care and support in this delicate time. By adapting their approach and expectations, families can provide meaningful comfort, uphold dignity, and preserve the emotional closeness that truly enriches the final months or weeks with their elderly loved one. Number 3. Increased cognitive confusion or withdrawal. A third subtle but impactful sign that an elderly person may be nearing the final stage of life involves noticeable cognitive changes, such as growing confusion, memory lapses, or emotional withdrawal. Families often overlook these shifts, attributing forgetfulness to natural aging or mild distractions. However, these mental changes can reflect deeper physiological processes, signaling the body's preparation for its last chapter. At first, these cognitive changes might seem small. You might notice your loved one misplacing items more often, stumbling over names and faces they've known for years, or struggling to recall recent events. Conversations that once flowed easily might become broken, with them losing their train of thought mid-sentence or repeating the same questions again and again. These aren't just minor quirks of aging. They can point to declining cognitive function linked to reduced blood flow and oxygen to the brain. Another common but often misunderstood part of cognitive decline is emotional and social withdrawal. Elderly individuals approaching the end of life often gradually step back from social interactions, not because of apathy or detachment, but because connecting with others becomes increasingly tiring and overwhelming. Loud settings, crowded rooms, or even familiar family gatherings can suddenly feel draining, leading them to seek solitude or quieter, calmer spaces. Family members might misread this withdrawal as indifference, stubbornness, or even depression. It's vital to understand that these behavior shifts show the brain's decreasing ability to handle emotional input. Forcing them to socialize at their former pace can unintentionally cause stress and confusion instead of comfort or reassurance. Cognitive changes can also bring mood swings or obvious personality shifts. Someone who was once calm and patient might become easily annoyed or anxious. Conversely, a person who used to worry often might seem strangely calm or distant. These mood and behavior shifts can deeply confuse or concern family members, but they're a normal part of the brain adjusting to the physical and physiological changes happening throughout the body. During this gentle time, approaching your loved one with compassion, patience, and understanding is essential. Adjusting expectations to fit their current mental capacity can greatly reduce anxiety and frustration for both them and their caregivers. Simple gestures like speaking more slowly, using shorter sentences, offering soft reassurance, and allowing ample time for responses can help them feel valued and at ease. Practically, creating a familiar, peaceful environment can work wonders to ease cognitive strain. Surround them with familiar objects, photos, or comforting items that ground them in warmth and recognition. Reducing noise and chaos, especially at family gatherings, can noticeably lower their stress. Recognizing and understanding these cognitive changes as natural and expected can deeply shape how you care for your loved one in their final months or weeks. Instead of trying to restore their past sharpness or engagement, embracing these shifts with empathy allows you to offer meaningful comfort and keep emotional ties strong until the very end. Number 4. Frequent infections and slow healing. A fourth key sign that an elderly person may be entering their final stage of life is a rise in frequent infections along with noticeably slower healing. These signs are often dismissed as one-time events or just part of aging normally. However, repeated infections and prolonged recovery times typically reveal a deeper decline in the body's overall resilience and immune strength. As the body ages, the immune system naturally weakens, making older adults more vulnerable to infections like pneumonia, urinary tract infections, and skin infections. What were once minor ailments, easily cured with rest or basic treatments, can become persistent, recurring issues that heavily impact their health and quality of life. Infections that used to heal quickly with simple medical help might now linger, requiring repeated treatments or stronger medications. You might also notice your loved one struggling to recover from small injuries like bruises, cuts, or scratches. Minor wounds could take much longer to heal, often reopening or getting infected easily. This reduced healing strength is closely tied to lower circulation, less oxygen reaching tissues, and the body's fading ability to repair itself effectively. It's also typical for elderly individuals to experience infections without usual symptoms, making it hard for caregivers to detect them. An infection might not always show with fever or obvious discomfort. Instead, it can appear subtly, through increased confusion, tiredness, or reduced appetite, causing caregivers to miss the real reason for these changes. Understanding this, caregivers should stay vigilant and proactive in watching for small shifts in their loved one's overall state. Spotting patterns like recurring infections, slow healing, or unexplained confusion can help catch hidden issues earlier. Early detection paves the way for more effective comfort-focused care strategies instead of intense treatments that may not make much difference at this stage. Practically, families can take steps like maintaining excellent hygiene to cut infection risks, keeping skin clean and moisturized to prevent damage, and ensuring they get enough water to support immune function. Regular, gentle checkups and clear communication with healthcare providers can also boost care and comfort levels. Acknowledging and responding thoughtfully to frequent infections and slower healing in elderly loved ones creates a setting of careful, compassionate care. Placing comfort, dignity, and quality of life above heavy treatments can make their final stages much more peaceful and meaningful. Number 5. Major changes in breathing or circulation. The fifth key sign that an elderly person may be nearing their final stage of life is significant changes in breathing patterns and circulation. These signs often start subtly but grow more apparent and frequent as the body prepares for its final transition. You might notice your loved one breathing differently, perhaps with shallower, slower breaths or occasional pauses between them. Sometimes their breathing might become uneven, swinging unpredictably between rapid breaths and long pauses. A common pattern, known as Cheyne-Stokes respiration, involves cycles of deeper, quicker breaths followed by moments of no breathing. Though it might alarm family members at first, these breathing patterns are normal in elderly individuals during life's final stages, reflecting the body's weakening ability to manage essential functions smoothly. Along with breathing shifts, circulation problems become more evident. You might see your loved one's hands, feet, or other extremities feeling cooler to the touch or looking pale, bluish, or mottled. This happens as the heart slowly weakens, pumping blood less effectively and prioritizing vital internal organs over limbs and outer areas. These changes might begin mild and occasional but often become steady and more noticeable over time. Family members might naturally feel worried or scared seeing these shifts, eager to seek medical solutions or encourage deeper breathing. But it's crucial to see these as a normal, natural process, not a crisis needing drastic measures. At this point, the main focus should shift from trying to reverse these symptoms to ensuring comfort, dignity, and calm. Practically, caregivers can assist by maintaining a quiet, comforting space for their loved one. Adjusting their position to ease breathing, such as propping their head and upper body with pillows, can make a big difference in comfort. Keeping the room cool, ensuring good airflow, and offering small sips of water or moistening their mouth can reduce discomfort tied to breathing struggles. Understanding and calmly accepting these changes helps families respond appropriately, offering emotional reassurance and presence. Viewing these signs as the body's natural journey toward life's end can bring peace, comfort, and acceptance, allowing families to cherish meaningful moments together in dignity and love. As we've explored these subtle but vital signs, changes in appetite, persistent fatigue, cognitive shifts, frequent infections, and alterations in breathing and circulation, it's evident how crucial awareness and understanding are in the final stage of an elderly loved one's life. Spotting these signs early empowers families and caregivers to provide compassionate, sensitive care focused on comfort, dignity, and emotional closeness. This period can certainly feel tough, filled with emotional complexity and difficult adjustments. But it's vital to remember that this stage also brings a priceless opportunity, a chance to express deep love, honor your loved one's life and dignity, and create lasting memories. By recognizing and responding calmly to these signs, you offer a profound gift, a peaceful, supportive environment where your loved one can feel valued, respected, and cherished. During this time, prioritize emotional connection over efforts to stop or undo the inevitable. Encourage gentle talks, peaceful moments together, and quiet expressions of affection and gratitude. Your presence, patience, and understanding in these moments provide immense comfort and reassurance. Finally, know that you're not alone on this path. Many families face similar journeys, finding strength and solace in shared understanding and mutual support. Reach out to healthcare professionals, support groups, or trusted community members to share experiences and seek guidance. Embracing this journey with awareness, compassion, and acceptance turns a challenging time into one brimming with grace, dignity, and lasting love. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you, so please leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to apply it in your life. Your thoughts matter greatly to us, so don't hesitate to share. Reading your comments gives us huge motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us keep creating great content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.